Hey, good morning, YouTube. Yeah, Rod Hardman here in Virginia. Soon to be going back to Florida. Can't wait to get back there. Um, Man, this weekend has been a crazy weekend. I was just in D.C. this past weekend, and behold, I ran into what? Some members of Antifa. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I I was telling my wife, I said, I really, really would like to find out what the hell is an Antifa and what they're all about. Well, Antifa, it sounds like a bunch of cockroaches coming out of the woodworks that you just need to exterminate. That's what it sounds like. So, but anyway, I was talking to one of the members of the Antifa group. Now, this is a young kid. I guess he couldn't be no more than probably, I would say, mid 20s. And I asked him, I said, what are you all protesting? And of course, he said they're out there, they're protesting against our current president. And I asked him why. What did he do to you to cause you to want to protest against him? And he's clearly stated, well, this president does not look and see our values, does not understand that we deserve many things in life, and that school should be free, and that, you know, basically us conservatives should be paying for their education. I said, really? And that's what you're protesting against the president for? I said, how do you feel about his policies? And of course, the gentleman kindly said he had, to his opinion, the president has no policies. You know, he's only there for himself. I said, really? I said, well, why does a man give back every quarter, every dime he makes in the White House to certain institutions like our national parks and, other services that we have? And he's not even taking a paycheck. How do you feel about that? Of course, he didn't have an answer for that. You know, um, so in actuality, this so-called Antifa organization is protesting because they feel they have the right to own whatever they want, all right, and not really work for it. And me being a conservative, I work very hard for what I got. My wife works very hard for what we got. Of course, I'm retired now. You know, I spent many years with law enforcement and then, of course, former military. And being, respectful towards these people, I wasn't being disrespectful towards this guy or anything whatsoever. I mean, I just was trying to get some honest questions answered. I wished I would have had my cell phone with me when I was asking him these questions because, to be honest about it, they don't know what they're protesting about. They have not a clue. So they're just there to protest. Now, granted, everybody has a right to protest. I agree. You all have a right to protest. But there's a right way and a wrong way to protest. All right? And when you protest peacefully against something, that's one thing. But when you create violence and havoc in the streets, that's going way too far. All right. So I personally feel then you just gave up your right to protest at that point. Now you want to cause anarchy. And with that happening and with that being said, then law enforcement needs to step in and take you into custody. But I mean, DC police were pretty much around the area. They were down there by the White House and the Capitol area, and patrolling. But the simple fact is, you don't have the right to cause anarchy in the streets just to get your point across. You want a symbol, you want to protest, that's fine. Do it peacefully, do it with, you know, some dignity. But these apparently these people want violence. I don't know why, but they want violence. They're you can see that they're pretty much, you know, liberal as far as their actions occur, because they think everything should be handed to them, and it's not that way in real life. Nothing gets handed to nobody. But anyway, I just wanted to point out, I had to talk to this person from Antifa. I just needed to find out what their viewpoint was, and they had none, really none. I mean, even when I pointed out to him that, look, our president is bringing jobs back to this country, all right, um, you know, things are getting better, you know, every month. They're not, we're not at this quote unquote God-forsaken status quo where we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I mean, this president's trying to do his job. But we just have these people out here that don't want to, you know, help him do his job. They just fight him every step of the way. Anyway, um, I want to make a call out to Staff Sergeant Douglas Ducote. Um, he pointed out something about the NFL game that occurred this past week and or past weekend regarding the kneeling on the field with these players again. And you know what? If you know people have common sense, they're just going to turn off the game, and they're not even going to go and buy tickets to these games. All right. You want to disrespect us veterans? You want to disrespect our country? You want to disrespect our flag? You know, disrespect the national anthem? You know, and you don't like, and you talk about equality. You players make hundreds of thousands, some of you millions a year playing football. Equality? I only made between 58 to 70,000 a year. All right, and still had to struggle. All right, and you players bitch, moan, and groan and complain about equality. You got more equality now than you had during the time Martin Luther King was alive. So, anyway, again, shout out to Staff Sergeant Douglas Ducote. Um, anyway, I said my piece on this matter. If you like what I stated in this content, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. If you have any comments, leave them down in the comments section. Other than that, have a nice day. This is Rodney. Peace. I'm out.